When your income is tied to an action, the amount that you can receive proportionately is minuscule. You are limited by the beliefs that you have about time and space. In other words, you will say, I only make this much per hour, and there's only this many hours in a day. And then you can work overtime, and you can work double time, and you can work extra time, and you can leverage your time in different ways. But until you leverage through alignment, you really are in the category with millions of other people where not very much is going to happen. Where if you say, okay, I'm willing to play the game differently. I'm willing to accept on faith, maybe a little, that Abraham's right, and that all of the struggling that I've done has put a lot of money for me in vibrational escrow. And I'm willing to go on faith that this universe is abundance, and that there is an open valve for me through which I can receive abundance. I'm willing to go along with that idea. And I'm willing to play it that way for just a little while, where instead of considering action in relationship to money, I instead consider emotion in relationship to money. How do I feel about money? How do I feel about money? I'm going to leverage through emotion rather than bang it out through action. I'm going to leverage. Now, that doesn't mean stop your action. Go to work. Do whatever you need to do. Let the money come in the little, pitiful, mediocre way that it flows into your experience. You don't want to pinch that off. Let it come. But while it's coming, appreciate it. While it's coming, look forward to it. While it's coming, compliment yourself and compliment the others. In other words, let it be an energy game while you're living the action game, because you can do both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. And then what you will begin to notice, when you find ways of changing the way you feel about money. For example, when you go to purchase something and you're shocked at the cost of it, this is a turning point moment for you. This is a moment where you had a knee-jerk reaction that turned you right upstream. And a lot of people turn right upstream over something just like this. But you can't let yourself have a knee-jerk reaction and be turned upstream and ever be in a position where things will be better for you. You've got to soften this feeling. Don't buy today, but plan to get it later. And appreciate the beauty of it and hold it in your mind's eye. When you're jealous of people who have money, you've got a habitual pattern upstream. When you're disappointed that you don't have money, you've got a habitual pattern upstream. When you're appreciative of the money you have, even if it isn't very much, you're flowing downstream. When you're appreciative of the money you have, when the money that you have feels good to you, and you say to yourself things like, it's good that I have this money, and I'm proud of myself for having brought this money into my experience, and I'm a good budgeter of money, and I like how far I've made my money go, and I like the feeling of money, and I like putting the money here for this, and putting the money here for this, and putting the money here for this. I like this feeling of managing money, and I'm good at managing money, and I like this money, and I'm looking forward to more money that is coming. And as more money comes, I'm going to do this with it and this with it, and the money that comes is going to be fun in this way and this way and this way. Now, no matter what your state of money, there are people who have a lot more money than you do who are worried about it and have pinched themselves off. There are people who have a lot less money than you do who are thrilled with it, who have opened an avenue where there's abundance of money right on their doorstep. You just got to find a way to feel good about whatever the subject is, in this case, money. I have the power to turn in the stream. And I don't need to put a motor on my boat and get all the way to the winning lottery ticket. I just need to turn in the stream as often as I can be aware. I just need to turn in the stream. And now we want to leave you with something that is equally important, which is, I am where I am, and that's okay. I'm putting my boat in the stream where it is. And everybody's up and down the stream, putting their boat in the stream at different places. It doesn't matter, because you're not in competition with anyone for any resources. The only thing that if there is any competition at all, and there isn't, is the closing of the gap between the money you want and the money that you feel right now. So when you change the way you feel about money, even though there isn't any money that gives you the reason to feel the change, in other words, you got to find the feeling before you get the money. And when you find the feeling, you've turned in the stream. And when you've turned in the stream, you'll find the money. Feel better, and then you'll get the money. Feel better, and then you'll find the money. Feel better. Wanting to feel better is a reason to feel better. Wanting to feel better is a reason to feel better. You've got to train your mind to focus in a way that feels better, and only you can do it. It's all just about you closing the gap. And closing the gap is about feeling better right now, better right now, better right now, which means I've made peace with where I am. And when you make peace with where you are, can you feel this? Feel this. I don't have enough money and I need more money and I should have done better and I should have applied myself better and I shouldn't have spent money on that thing and I shouldn't have taken that trip and I shouldn't have spent this money and now I'm in trouble. That's not making peace with where you are. That's clubbing yourself about the head. And it's upstream. Every bit it is upstream. Whether it's factual or truthful or not, whether you're overdrawn or not, it doesn't matter. It's upstream and things can't get better. But when I am where I am and my attitude is I'm going to make peace with where I am. Now, what does that mean? What does making peace with where I am mean? It means turn and go with the flow. It means let myself have what I deserve. Making peace with it means I'm all right. It means I'm not stupid. It means I didn't make mistakes. It means I embraced life. I went for the gusto. I looked for what I wanted. I lived large. I am adventurous. I am full of life. I do love life. Things are supposed to be good for me. This is supposed to be a fun ride. I'm loving being here. I'm still in the same financial position that I was a few seconds ago, but now I've turned and I've gone with the flow. I made peace with where I am, and in doing so, I turned and went with the flow. By beating up on myself, I did the opposite. It's about not digging up the past and trying to use it to justify why things are screwed up now. It's about acknowledging that I am where I am and where I am's okay. And everything that I am is as a result of everything that I've lived. And Source adores me right now, so why not me? Why not me adoring me too? Why not me loving me? Why not me loving me enough to let the abundance flow, the abundance of clarity, the abundance of vitality, the abundance of money, the abundance of friends? Why not me allow that in me? Source is doing it. Source is doing it. And Source is just the greater part of me. Why not me? And we say, you can do it, friends. It's the most natural thing in the world. You are pure positive energy beings. You've come forth into this experience. If there is anything that we can leave with you, it is this. We want you to remember how we feel about you so much that you feel that way too. We want you to no longer be afraid of anything because there isn't anything to be afraid of. So what? So what? I am where I am. We want you to not have enough money to pay your bills and say, I paid what I can pay. I'm doing the best that I can. We want you to let the comparison between who you really are and who you are be the only thing that matters. And we want you to factor out all of those naysayers and all of those who need you to be different so that they can feel better, because you can't be different enough that they can feel better very long.